And welcome back to Opally Hour. Today we are on day 4 of our Sylvia garden build. It's like a book nook. They call it a bookend, but book nook really. So let me get the bits ready and we will make a start. Okay, let's see what we have today. So it looks like we're doing several different pots and maybe a signboard of some sort. Yeah, can't remember. I picked these yesterday. So let's start with the basket. Is this the right basket? No, we're going to start with this basket here, and then we're going to put some flowers in. We have quite a lot, and I see I have not pulled one of the pieces, so I know that. Let me go get that ready. I'll get it in a minute. No, I'll go and get it. Alright, forgot my wheel. Going to be needing that. Okay, so we are starting off making this little thing. Like I say, all the sides perforated, which makes this a lot easier to do than many models that I've done. I've really got an idea of how this goes together, mind. Let's see. It says do that. Keep this bit of the back straight. Oh, moving everything. Typical. And then this goes up, and these attach like so. Wow, I'm organised. I've not even got the glue out. Hold on. Well, the cool top took longer than expected, so these will probably be dry. So let's go back to this one then. So we start with a little bit of the moss. If I get that, if I get that out, and we just put that in the bottom of here. So I get some glue ready. And then all this one has is some white flowers. Can't get any glue, it's all stringy. Alright, let me sort my glue. Okay, let's see if that works. I took something away she didn't want me to take, so she's letting me know about it. Let's put it that way. Okay. Right, and all we're going to do is shove some of this in. We need quite a lot of this throughout the build, really. Oh, best way I found to get rid of it is actually, oh, cut it. Because it is very joined together. I don't think that's going to be enough, but we'll see. Huh, stuck to my paper. How rude. Stuck to everything. And then you have that quite a lot of this shows, so maybe something like so. And then the white flowers on this is just one side, so I'm going to pick up some of these and cut it in half. Don't need quite that amount. And then just pop those in there. And I think there should be enough glue to hold it. I couldn't swear. We will see when it dries if it's enough. And put this piece in with the stalk, so it kind of goes in different directions. And like I say, generally on most of these models there are plenty of flowers and things like that. So, hey, go back in. I grabbed it out again. I don't know if it's going to be enough glue or not. Maybe I should just put a bit on the top. You don't know. Something maybe like this. Looks alright, doesn't it? Let me do that. little bit of glue on this, and then we get that other one done. Okay, put that to one side to dry. Next is the long basket, and again we will need some of this greenery. So let's get some glue in the bottom of there. And up the sides. Just put it everywhere. On me, you know, everywhere. Oh, come here. Let's get some of this. It's quite a lot, isn't it? Pop that in. So this is going to be, like I said before, it's going to be a window box. That's what it actually will be. And then all we are putting in here is some pink flowers, and they look like this. And also, or is that going in the other one? Oh, that's going in the other one. I need to bring that other one back. So some pink flowers, something like this. I'm going to use different types, get some with actual larger flowers on, if I can, like that one, and maybe this one, and pop them in. And again, I'll probably glue it on top once I'm happy with how it's looking. This isn't in at all, is it? But I don't want to weight down the green either with glue and stuff, so maybe I'll turn it around. What do you think? That looks better. And then put this one in. Maybe this way around. And that's all this one has in it, so I'll put some glue on the here just to make sure everything stays in. Put that to one side to dry and bring back the other one, because one of the other things we need to do, oh, can't get hold of it, is put 3 of these in, little strands like this. So we need to cut them in half and then pop them in there. So let me get that done. So something like this. And it's just meant to go to one side, so all these flowers are just meant to be on one side of this particular one. If I can get that one in would be great. And it wants a little bit of height behind it, but not necessarily as much as that. There we go, put them in. And that should take with that glue that I've already put in there. I'll kind of separate these two if you want to talk to each other. Right, and that's done. Looks alright, doesn't it? And then we got this one, and that also looks okay, except it goes this way. I wonder if it matters. Right, okay, next is a wheel, which is different to everything else I believe we've done. Let me see. And what we are doing. So I need a sign that I know I haven't brought. We will be needing these stickers here. There's another one somewhere. Needing a little bit of moss. Needing a butterfly. I bought 2. Let's have that one. Although blue would stand out better. get rid of the pink. And also it says a little bit of this moss. I think we just need a strand to go in the inner circle. So maybe something like this. So I'm just going to feed this through a bit. I'm not sure, you can probably just go round with it really. Maybe I'll do that. Get a little bit of glue on here and just go round so it goes kind of on the inner circle more than the outer edge here. Doesn't have to be a lot, you want actually quite a little. That's probably enough, to be honest with you. So it's a bit more delicate than some of the things that we have done. We're going to need a sign, which I know I haven't pulled because I don't recall pulling it. And then we are going to have this, which is going to go kind of this way round. Trying to see from the pattern. Yeah. And that goes on the edge. Like this, and this piece goes at the bottom edge, like opposite of what we just done. And this is almost done. This piece is that way up, so like so. Then we have a butterfly, which goes up top here. Like I said, I'm probably going to put the blue one in, and a sign which I need to go and pick, which tells welcome to the garden, basically. That's what that is. So 3 butterflies. That's not a butterfly, that's a bow. So I'm going to put a blue one on because that'll show more. Fold it again. Okay, let me go get that sign. Right, and that's just going to go across here. So something like this. Maybe, it looks like it's that way. So it's like that, and that can go to one side. Next we are going to do this with some pieces of wood. So let me go grab wood glue. In fact, before I do that, I'm going to stick, it's got a sticker. Only one place it can go, which is here. So looks like cups. Yeah, cups. Almost put it the other way round. It tells you on the board as well what to put on there. That's kind of handy. It says to stick it, but it's actually a sticker. And it's going to have this wood in first here. So we want to make sure that it's above that. Does that go over? I think it goes over here actually. We're fine. Let's try and get it as even as you can. My eyes don't seem to do even as well as I would like. I always thought they kind of did. Should probably just measure more really. So you can see that's way off. Almost there. That's a bit more even, right? Okay, let me grab my wood glue. And this is all I've actually picked, so... Oh no, I haven't. I see another thing. Got a little table to do, by the looks of it. And I think it uses some of those cups that we made at the beginning. So put these in this way round, it says. And this one. It's quite cool that you've got these pieces of wood to hold one of these together actually, because most times I've done these sorts of models, they've just been trying to attach them at an angle, really. Gradually go in. Okay. Excuse me. And then glue this side. And I'll keep the wood glue out because we're going to put this little easel where you put your paper against it, I'm guessing. It'll be easier to press it in there, and then we're going to have to join them. Something like that. Pop that back in again. Problem is when you put it in, then you turn this, some of it kind of comes out. Okay, it's not closed. I'm going to put this on and then hold this a few minutes, and I will be back with the table that we are going to make. It'd be nice to use some of those cups we made right at the beginning. I'm guessing this is for a coffee table, maybe on the inside, maybe. Well, so all I'm trying to do is cover up these holes somewhat. Getting it even would be good too. I don't know why I was thinking it was a painting easel. Of course it's not. In which case I don't know what that's for. What do you think it's for? In a restaurant. Why would you have that? Okay. This doesn't want to literally attach. Let me see if I put a clip on it. This is a damaged clip anyway. That would somewhat work, and it would. There we go. I'll just put that to one side and that'll be dry by the time we get it back. Right, onward. And next we are going to be making a rocking chair. It looks a bit more like a swing. So I don't know if I need butterflies for this actually, but we will see. So let's see what we have. I'm going to need our book we made right at the beginning. Need a couple of these hoops here, and we need some wood pieces. So 3 of these in pegs, those undone from each other. So 3 of these are the same, and 3 are, 1 is not. Gosh, can't count. So let's see. Okay, that's probably, they all look about the same, don't they? Maybe this one's smaller for sure, so are these 3 the same? And they are. So we're going to glue those 3 together. Not that one. Move all this out the way. So wood glue for this. Probably this whole section I'll just use wood glue for. So let's see. And then one more with bits on. And line it up. It's not very lined up, is it, at all? Almost lined up. That's pretty much it. Okay, and next we will put the 2 hoops on, so 1 on each side, with, oh I see, we're going to be putting these tabs, 2 tabs on the ends here. One here. And you could colour this a different colour if you wanted as well. I mean, it's kind of coloured a white. And it's going to be a very white little seat here. And then you are putting it into one of these. It's got 2 points here marked on it, and that's where it needs to land, I think. So it's not holes to poke it through, it's just like little markers. Gonna have to make sure you do this when it's wet too, because we're going to be needing to twist these 2 together basically. And then we put the last one of these on. Just checking myself. Well, that's up in the air, isn't it? Come here. Looks like a bit longer. And then you tilt it. Doesn't tilt well. And that's what you're meant to do. Well, these don't want to stay on at all. Maybe I should have let them dry first before I attempted to do this. Maybe I should have that white side going up. Don't know. Don't know if there's a right way or a wrong way for this really. And then we do this again. Maybe I'll just put those on in a minute. It does have a gap towards the bottom, so maybe that's where it's gone wrong. So it's going to be something like this with those 2 pieces in between. Okay, maybe the only place we're meant to glue it is the pivotal points, like here, not down the bottom there. Let me wipe that off. Right, let's try that again. Because you kind of want a gap at the bottom a bit, like I'm kind of doing there. So you've got a little bit of a gap, so it kind of pivots. I'm going to let this dry actually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these ends on and let it dry for a few minutes. And then we'll give it a try, because otherwise it's too gluey, because it's got all the glue left over from what I did before. So, important factor. Don't glue the whole thing like I did. Just a little bit. Doesn't want to even let go. And you probably want the white up like this. So it's something like this. And I think these are our pivot points, is this piece here. So I'm going to let those dry so that we can pivot. And while that's doing it, one of the things we're going to want to do is have one of these rings bent and the other one rather open, not bent, but open, and the other one closed still. So I'm just going to look for the join, which is here, because we're going to be feeding it through that wood. Easier said than done, obviously. There we go. Right, and that's going to go through the wood and also this other gold piece here. So we are also going to need 2 sections of this initially, and then 4. So 2 is going to go on towards the back, then a 4 scallops type thing, and then another 2. Wow, just got enough. 2, 4, 2. Quite pretty though. Let's get rid of that. So I'm just going to line those up ready to rock and roll along with our book and this. And I will let this dry and put the lid on my glue, would be a good move. And we will get this done. But that's what I did wrong. I glued it all the way, and we just need to glue very specific areas, which is marked on the wood. So very important to bear that in mind. And then it's going to have this one piece is like a back piece to put the cushions against. So it's going to take a moment for it to all dry up and stuff. Alright, I'll be back in a mo. Alright, I think that's had more than enough time because I got caught on the phone. So I think what I'm going to do is put these together at the top, like so that they line up roughly. Don't know if this is a good way or a bad way, by the way. And then just pivot it so that I could put these in between. Oops, that came off anyway. You can see a slight indentation of where they're meant to go. And then put these towards the bottom. Oh, put my hand in that glue now, that's not gonna catch anymore. It's not even straight. How can this be so difficult? And then we're going to leave this to dry for a while, and we will get on and do something else. Wow, I'm making a pig's ear of this. Don't do it this way. Patience. Patience, patience. So it just wants to stick either to one side or the other side. It's very hard for it to decide that it doesn't need to stick on the sides, and it can't be still wet from earlier. Almost had it. You know what I'm tempted to do is actually use some super glue. It's not a me thing, but this isn't drying quick enough to hold it in place for a difficult area. Right, let's see. Alright, before I end on the camera, let's try that again then. So I'm just going to put a blob on here. Blob on here, blob up here, and blob on here. Hope that I can get this to work with super glue. And get it to land at least in the right place. It will do me good. It's actually really tricky to do. Probably sticking to it, but if I hold this for a moment, maybe that will do the job. And then there's a gap at the bottom and then top like they want. So let's hold this. Alright, leave it with me, guys. You're going to be watching me for an hour. Alright, so what I'm doing, I'm going to give it another try like this, is putting, sorry about that, so what I'm doing is balancing it on my glue spreader, just where it's touching on the corners, and even though it's super glue, I'm going to give that a little bit of time to take. Then I will switch it around and put it on top of this other piece. Alright, let's see how that works, if that is successful. So I will be back. Alright, that should have had enough time. If I can get this out. Never thought about that. Yeah. Okay. And then maybe if I turn it up the other way, I mean it's not lined up at all, but it's definitely not lined up. We will pretend that didn't happen. And then if I glue it at the end here, maybe it will be enough. Got a little fly or a little spider. And maybe I'd do a bit of glue here. It's really difficult to see if it was going to line up. Okay. Ooh. And again, I'm just going to wait for that to do its thing. Just make sure that you leave this hole free at the top. Like I say, mine's not 100% lined up, so it's a little bit lower than it should be, to say the least. Right, and the other thing we can then do while this is doing its thing, even though I use super glue on it, it still can take a moment to actually take on difficult parts. And I will say this was not the easiest of parts, but one thing then we can do is do the back, which does go on this piece. That's handy. See, I can see that's not even touching on this side. It's definitely not going to be the straightest rocking chair we've ever had. Let me just get that in position. And I've just gone back to wood glue now. My hands are too jittery. Okay. Oh. It was in position and then it died on me. It keeled over. Like I say, it isn't in position. It should all be lined up at the bottom really. But we're going to be putting so much like bedding in this thing to make it a very comfy chair. It probably won't make much difference. Okay, I don't think I need to prop it up. Alright, let me leave that. And we will get on. I'm just going to move this to one side to the next thing. And then we will come back to this when it's had a moment. So, next we are going to do a table. So we're going to be putting, for this one, the table together first. And we have placemats. So let's see what we have. And this is where we're going to use butterfly. We're also going to use 2 cups. And this probably will be today's video. But we've done quite a few very small pieces. And next time we have quite a lot of plants to do. So all those plant pots we made at the beginning, I think we're going to be filling up all of them. So just put this in here, like so. So knock it over anyway. I mean, that's the only way I could think of doing the swing in the end, was just trying to prop up one side. Because even super glue wasn't behaving itself. as this falls out. I don't think there's anything really particularly to keep it together either. Okay, and then we're going to put the tablecloth on, which is a sticker. Which is going to go down again like it was before. So I'm going to get some beacon for that to hold the paper down. Well, it's not 100% symmetrical either, but hey. And I would clamp this normally, but I don't want it going underneath, and by clamping it I'd make it do so. But I know these stickers didn't work for doing this last time, so I'm just assuming they wouldn't this time really. Right, let's get the lid on that. And then this is actually quite a simple part of the build. Get all the stuff out the way. Leave the camera focusing on everything else. And something like this, and then pinch it down. See, I knew that was going to happen too, that leg part, there was nothing really keeping it in. We will deal with that after the event. Right, Beacon 7000 is not instant, it gets tacky quite quick. Oh, maybe I should have used tacky glue. There's one more to go. Oi, don't come up. Went underneath, don't want it to do that either. Right, and just hold that together. Alright, I think that's close enough. Let me get some wood glue on this, because there was no way it was going to stay in. Because it had nothing really to stop it coming back out again, and it did. Right, let's turn you up, and we're going to put a placemat in. I've got two here, I'm not sure if another one gets used at other time, and it goes to one side. Let's see, it has flowers. It's kind of got it a bit an angle in the photo. Then we are going to be putting a cup on there and a butterfly. So I get my B7000, so I've got it close to hand. Once I can get this glue pin back in, done. And we are going to be putting a cup on the side. So it's a table for one. It wants it that way round. So you're going to have a cup on here, you're going to have a cup on here, and then we will get a butterfly on top of the cup, which is here. So kind of goes in the middle. Not sure why this person has two cups, but each to their own, right? Come here, honestly, little brat. Okay, drop on there then. Then a butterfly really wants this coffee, it appears. So this is not where I've got it. It's kind of on the longer side, which makes you think the sticker should have been over. Well, I guess I'll just put it here. Kind of made that decision now anyway. I wonder why one has a table mat and the other one doesn't. I don't know the answer. And we're going to put one folded butterfly on this cup and get the lid on this glue before I have the mess that I did yesterday. Because I can see it wants to go that way. Maybe when it gets warm and things like that, it just doesn't behave so well. Okay. Nice thing is these butterflies are coloured both sides. You know, a lot of times you get them with the oh, this really blends in. I think I'm going to use another colour. I don't think I'm going to use that one at all. I think I'm going to use the blue one. One with a bit more colour so it doesn't blend in quite so well with the silver. Get that in and we'll go back to our swing. At least this table stands upright. Maybe something like that. Don't know that I like it there at all. Maybe put it on this one. I don't think it belongs on the bloody table in the first place, really. Maybe I'm just going to put it on there. Or on the side. It really blends in with the silver, this. Can't make a decision. I'm just going to go with the side. And maybe that will work. Right, come here, fella. You can see it was stringy. Something like that. Right, that will do. Put it to one side. Okay, you come back. So next we are going to put in our hooks. So we've got one here, which is going to go through this loop. I'll put it in that way. Then we are going to feed it around this piece. And then I got the piece of wood out to go with this, and I'll be blessed if it's not where I thought it was going to be. I thought I'd put it on the desk, but now I don't know. Let's get these. Ah. Well, it's definitely taken. So maybe just make this a bit smaller first. Right, let me fiddle with this. I can't even get it now. Alright, I got it almost all the way through. So let's put this on. I didn't mean that. I meant it's almost closed is what I meant. Not the easiest of things to do. Glue's still a little wet too. I'd be sticking to it. So close. So very close. Right. I think that will do. Let go of me. Okay, I can see this has come off already. Right, let me go and find where I put that bit of wood. I picked it up. Okay, left it on top of the box there, and then this. Well, that means I have to open the other one. Our nose goes through here. Oh man, I didn't want to do that. These are tough little circles to undo. Right, let me get that done, guys, rather than you sitting there watching me. Alright, that is on. Okay, so this is kind of the back of the swing. So it's going to be like this, I guess. I'm going to have to stick this again because it doesn't want to take, but I don't want to get it on that piece of wood. So I am going to use wood glue again because super glue did not really do the job. You think it does everything, don't you, really? I mean, it used to. I swear, it used to. I don't want it to get this metal. Oops. I'm not so sure that I'm going to have a choice on that. Okay, leaving that. Okay, so I don't want it to set too much because I don't want it affecting my little ring here. However, next we are going to, if I can prop this, put two of these inside towards the back. So I'm going to use B7000 for this. Now that we've got our little metal bits on, like I say, this is definitely not lined up right, so if you're copying me, do it better. Or rather, I hope you do. It's not a demand. It's just a suggestion. Sounded like a demand, didn't it, really? And of course it wanted to come with me because it's B7000, and it's going to go on the back like so. It's going to make it very fluffy inside, which is quite nice. Like so. And then we put 4 going around it. Way to the edge. I'll do someone here too. Might as well go across. You can see that this is not fully taken either. Oh, the nightmares. I mean, like I say, overall this craft I'm not really complaining. You're going to have some parts which are more tricky than others, and this wants the scallop going up, so like kind of so. So like that. All the way in. This would probably help stabilise it anyway. Maybe it should have gone down a little. I don't think it's going to matter because we're going to put one more inside, and then we're going to add a book in a not a butterfly. Is it butterfly? We're going to put a butterfly in there. Wouldn't surprise me. And this is going to have the scallopy side facing forward. So let's pop that in like so. If it'll let go. And it does kind of look quite cute, doesn't it? I think. It was probably, out of all the things we've made so far today, the more trickier ones, and it only has the book on it. So I did I pull one more piece? I've got the bow for something, can't remember what it's for. I'll have a look in a second and we will cover what the bow's for. It might be for the wreath that we did, the wheel, not wreath. And put the book in, B7000 on that. I like this book because it opens nicer than the other ones. The other one, even, we only did one. It doesn't say that this is having a butterfly at all. So if you think I've cut too many butterflies, well, that's okay. which makes a change. I mean, you know, something without a butterfly is something. That's not a very good angle for it, is it? Oh, pulled it apart, damn it. Did I say that really? I did. Okay, don't touch it. We will see. I might play with that book placement afterwards. Let me have a look if this where this bow was going that I actually don't even see anymore on my board. So I probably picked it up somehow, or it stuck to me. Let me go find it. Right, the bow did go on the wheel. Oh, I just found it. Oh, it was stuck to me. There we go. I was going to say it, but I can't find it. But then we have it. And let's get the B7000. And we got one other thing to do to that coffee sign. So we want the bow down here. So it does not have a butterfly, but the coffee sign does. So something probably like this. It's got a bit bent there where it got stuck to me, I think. It is just paper. Okay, then this we bring back. That's glued fine at the top here. So we're going to put a butterfly in here along with some white flour. So that will kind of hide that join. So let's see. Let's put that on there, like so. You can stay. Hey, go back. And I'll cut this shorter. So it's something like so. And then the butterfly goes on here. So where should we put that? Should we put that on the brown area on this side? It doesn't have quite so much white flour. And that's a little butterfly I was going to put on that other one, on the cup. And push that up more. Alright guys, so today we've actually achieved, believe it or not, quite a lot. So let me show you what we've achieved. I am pretty much stuck to this and this. Right, so what we have achieved, if I can get this white off of me, it really wanted to follow me around. We have made this signpost with this little bit of that. We made a little coffee table, which didn't take long at all. We made the long flowers. Also made the other ones, the wallflowers. Made the wheel, which as you can see is still wet from that bow. And we made a rocking chair. So we actually made quite a lot today. A lot of little pieces, which will go into the house, I think, soon. So next, like I say, we're going to have quite a few flowers to make in those pots. We're making some sort of rockery, making like a flower bed, maybe more than a rockery. And we are, I mean, that might be all we have time. Otherwise, we've got some coffee bags we can make. A coffee grinder, another cake. So there's a few bits and pieces, so we will see how far we get tomorrow, but we will certainly be starting on all the rockery type and filling in those flower pots. At least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by the looks of it. So we will be getting there. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you're enjoying the build. That little swing was a bit tricky, and I know mine's not perfect, but I'm actually okay with that. I mean, yes, you can see it's not quite lined up, like the bottom there you can see is falling out from it. I don't know if I'm willing to play. I don't think I'm willing to play with it. I finally got there, and the only way I could do it was, like I said, by propping up one side of it and waiting for it to dry, and even with super glue it still took its moment. So yes, do please like and subscribe. I hope you're enjoying it. Leave any comments in the comment section, or you can email me at opallyhour@outlook.com, which is also in the ending screen where I've got a picture of Juliet, my puppy. And yeah, so puppy was 6 months 3 days ago. So that's always good that she's growing. Going to get her out for a walk now, and give her some training because I haven't done that yet this morning. But like I say, hope you're enjoying this, and I look forward to seeing you again. Most important thing, do take care of yourselves. You are important in the world. Take care, guys. Bye bye now.